Welcome, Antonio here from Hireflix. In this brief demo, I'm going to show you how simple it is to connect your Manatal and Hireflix accounts so that you can launch one-way video interviews from Manatal itself. You're also going to be able to track completion from Manatal automatically. You're going to be able to review the answers and the transcripts straight from Manatal as well. This integration has everything you need. As you know, Hireflix is the world's most user-friendly and simple one-way video interviewing platform. We exist only to provide this feature at the highest level. Okay, so let's start with Manatal. Now, it's very important first that in Manatal, you ensure that your job pipelines have two stages that you're going to have to add. Although you could technically assign any stage as your trigger stage, we recommend adding a new stage called Send Hireflix Interview on your pipelines so that that's going to be the one that you pick as your trigger stage. We also suggest adding a Hireflix Interview Done stage so that when people complete the interview, they automatically move to the completion stage, which is massively helpful. To add them is very simple. Okay, so just go to administration here, then customization, then go to jobs, then go to custom job pipelines. And here is where you need to add those two stages. Okay, so in this case, I have them already. Otherwise, you just click add pipeline stage, and then you drag them to the right location and you'll be set. Once you've done this, you are ready to connect. To connect couldn't be easier. First, go to Hireflix and go to your integrations section. Then search for the Manatal integration, as you can see here, and activate it. As you see, it's going to ask you to input your API key. Where do you find this key? You just click here and it will take you to the right section in Manatal right away. If you want to find this section from Manatal, it's very simple. Just go to administration, features, open API, and you land on the same location. Once you come here, most likely you won't have any API token created. No worries, you can create a new one here. And once you've done that, you can copy it and then paste it on Hireflix. Go to Hireflix and paste your API key there. Then click connect with Manatal. Wonderful, so it worked. Now we go to step 2. This is very important. Choose a trigger stage. So this is what I was mentioning earlier. Here, pick Send Hireflix Interview, which is the stage that you've created earlier on. That's it. I've watched the video, done. Click Advanced Settings. Now that you're here, it's very important that you set your progression stage in Manatal. Now that's going to be the Hireflix Interview Done stage, and that's where candidates will move once the interview is completed. And also very important, you can configure how long the interview link is going to be active on Manatal so that your team can access the responses straight from Manatal. It's 150 days by default, but you could actually make it longer if you want that link to be available for longer. Let's click Save, and then we are done. Everything is now connected. You can literally start using the integration right away. You only have to come to Hireflix for two things. First, to build your actual interviews. And second, here on the integration section, to tell the system which interview will trigger for which Manatal job. So let's say I have here a job, in this case, assistant to the regional manager, and I want that job to trigger my assistant to the regional manager interview. All I do is I come here, integrations, I go to Manatal, and then I click the Manatal job, which I can find by using the position name or even the ID on Manatal. You can find here on the URL. You see here there is an ID at the top. And then here you pick your Hireflix interview, in this case, assistant to the regional manager. You click connect, save, and that's it. You only have to do this once when you want to use interviews with new positions on Manatal. But once you've set it, you don't have to do this again for that position. Okay, so now let's invite someone to the interview. You can of course invite people one by one or even in bulk by selecting many at a time and moving them to the trigger stage. Let's say Michael Scott is there and I want to invite him to the interview. Since that interview is already connected here, everything is ready. Look, I go to positions and I see that there is no one invited yet. If I go ahead and I move Michael there, look what's going to happen. Michael has been automatically invited and I can see that here already. Everything will trigger as normal, the invitation, the reminders if you've configured those in Hireflix. Once Michael has completed the interview, you'll see it move automatically to the Hireflix Interview Done stage. For that, you do need to refresh. There we go. And now you can click on any of the candidates that has completed the video interview, and on the notes section, you're going to find a link to the answer. Very important, once you open this link on your browser, what you're going to see is that you do not need any login or password to access the video. This is very important so that anyone from your team in Manatal that has access to this candidate can watch the video interview seamlessly.
And Ryan,
this also includes transcriptions, which are super helpful and are going to help you review these interviews much faster. And with this, we finalize the demo. If you have any questions, remember you can reach out to us anytime. You can request a demo, you can start a free trial. We would love to meet you and we would love to support you with your one-way video interviews. Have a lovely day.